I want to talk about something that doesn't really have a lot to do with fitness, but it has a lot to do with, I feel like, mental fitness. So strap in, get ready for episode 238. Let's go.
The future of fitness.
How do you gain muscle mass?
Fitness is not complicated. It's simple when you break it down.
There's so much information out there.
No fads, no diets, just plain simple habits.
You're listening to the Bones to Bulk podcast.
Hey, welcome to today's episode. My name is Brian Parody, and I will be your host today. And if this is your first time tuning in, welcome to the show. I'm so glad to have you here. For my return listeners, thank you for coming back. It means the world to me that you continue to tune in. And if you've not checked out the new monthly subscription program I am offering, then head on over patreon.com/bones to bulk. We're doing live workouts, live group chats, even one-on-one calls. Definitely go take a look at the different tiers you can opt into. And I look forward to getting to connect with you on a more intimate level. So definitely go check that out. With that being said, let's dive in. I want to talk about clutter. And you're like, clutter? What the hell does that have to do with anything, right? Well, I'm going to get it there. So I am pretty busy. I know there's probably people that are a lot busier than me, but I work a full-time job. I run Bones to Bulk. I have 2 kids, ages 8 and 4. My wife runs her own business and works another job. I have my own fitness that I manage. My wife works out regularly as well. You know, we have to do food prep. We do a lot of just little extra things in the online space. So there's a lot that we do. Our lives are pretty dang busy. There's not much time just to, sit around and do nothing. My point in all this is I get asked a lot, how do you do it all? How do you get it all done? Because I'm just always exhausted. Well, sometimes I'm exhausted. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There's a lot of days when I don't feel like doing it. There's a lot of days when I'm run down. There's a lot of days where by the time Saturday gets there, I'm like, screw this. I'm going to go drink some whiskey and forget everything about fitness. And then, I'm right back on it the next morning. So, I go through those ups and downs as well. It's not like I don't. But one thing that I find that really helps me, and I want you to try this if you never have you ever sat down to work on something or to work on a project or maybe just to work on a hobby, something, and you're distracted by all the things around you, all the things to do. Oh, I got to do laundry, or I got to clean the house, or I got to mow the yard, or you know what I'm talking about, right? All these distraction things. Well, I encourage you to declutter. And you're like, what? What are you talking about? Let me explain. Clutter is, to me, an outward expression of the mind a little bit. Now, I'm not saying 100% across the board that because you have clutter in your house, your mind's cluttered. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is when there is a lot of clutter around, it can inhibit your creative process. It can. I know for me, when I've got the office clean and in order, I'm so much more productive because I have a clean workspace that's free of clutter, and so my mind can be free of clutter when I work. Our homes, our living spaces, apartments, whatever, are a reflection of what's going on in the inside a little bit. Not 100%, but we decorate our home based on our preferences. We hang pictures that inspire us or that we like. We buy plants if that's our thing because we feel, at calm or more at peace with plants. We all have these little things that we do in our homes. We paint our wall certain colors because it makes us feel better, that color. We, all this stuff, right? And clutter's the same way. If we're going to do all those things, we also have to focus on clutter. And I'll be 100% honest here, okay? Both my wife and I, we hate clutter. We have a pretty simplistic home. We don't have much stuff in our home. It's very, very basic, and we love it that way. But one area that, and I've been very guilty of this, is closets. Now, I'm not saying it's one of those closets where you open the door and everything falls out, but there's definitely room for improvement. So recently, I've been going through all the closets in the house and getting rid of a bunch of crap. I've been selling some stuff on eBay. I've been making trips to Goodwill. And it's like, well, how do you have all that? I don't have much stuff. So I'm like, how do we have all this stuff? And just those little things, again, makes me feel so much better about setting about my work for the day. And this goes along with a lot of things. And I'm not saying you have to start off with just going crazy, but pick one room. Maybe it's the room where you want to practice that guitar or draw or start your YouTube channel or your podcast or whatever it is. And just focus on decluttering that room. Get some trash bags. Stop having connections to things that don't matter. Throw them in the bag, take them to Goodwill, and be done with it. Say adios, and you won't miss it. And this will begin to carry over. Once you begin down this path, it becomes addicting. It really does. It's like, wow, I feel liberated getting rid of this stuff. I feel, so much more at ease, and I don't have this stuff weighing on me. And it kind of carries over into other areas. And then it's, let's kind of see what meals we can make this week with what we have without going shopping and buying a bunch of stuff, because we have a ton of food in the house. So let's use it. Let's find creative recipes. There's even websites where you can go on and you type in the ingredients you have on hand, and it will give you options for recipes you can make using those ingredients. So, this carries over into meal prep, getting your food in order and organizing your fridge and cooking some meals on the weekend so that things are in order for the week. All this is a stair-step process. Just like fitness is baby steps, this is baby steps. And I really wanted to dedicate a whole episode to this because I really feel like clutter is such a debilitating thing for a lot of people. I really feel like it is. I see countless posts on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, and it's, people who are frustrated with trying to figure out ideas of, how to not clean, but less cluttered, and like how to organize stuff. That's the word I'm looking for. I can't talk today. How to organize things, or they're frustrated because, I can't get my kids to pick up and all this stuff. And, all that stuff adds up and is one more thing that weighs on us. It truly does. So I really want to encourage you, and I know this doesn't have anything to do with fitness, but it has to do with your mental space. And let me tell you, when your mind is cluttered, when your mind is busy and just overwhelmed, your fitness suffers. I know for me, when I'm super stressed out, when there's a lot going on outside of fitness, and I'm stressed and things are happening and I got to get X, Y, Z done, my workouts suffer because my mind is so overloaded. The mind is what fuels us and what drives us. We're capable of literally anything if the mind is strong enough. I truly believe that. And so that's why I feel like it's so important to free up this clutter in our homes, in our workspaces, in our closets, like me, and to really free up that brain capacity so that we can be better at the things we want to be better at. We can invest more time and energy into other things. So if you've never done this, if you've never tried it, I really want to encourage you. And make it a fun thing, if you're married with a significant other, if you've got kids, make it a family thing. Like, hey, let's clean this weekend. Let's go through stuff and get rid of it. And, you'll find stuff that you didn't even know you had. And I know sometimes when you start doing that, you'll have all these reminiscing, well, I don't want to get rid of that, but just toss it. Don't even think about it. Don't overthink it. Just chunk it in the bag and take it to Goodwill and be done with it. That way you can't get it back. Don't go back to Goodwill and buy it. But for real, make this step, make this journey, and let me know what it feels like, how it feels after you clean out your space, how it feels after you begin to put things in order. Let me know if it does make a change for the mental space. I want to know. I would love to hear your feedback. And you can provide that feedback anywhere on social media. I am all over the place at Bones to Bulk, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, you name it. Reach out to me on any of those platforms. And again, I would just love to connect with you. If you've gotten anything out of this podcast, let me ask you one teeny favor. Share it with somebody. That's right. Just click those 3 dots or the arrow or whatever, a phone you're on. Click the share button, send it to a friend and be like, hey, I think you might get something out of this podcast. I would greatly appreciate that. It would mean the world to me. With that being said, remember, you can accomplish any goal you set your mind to. You've got this.